Some of these characters are the ones we love to hate, even though they didn't always deserve the hate. But they could be vapid, vain, and self-centered, although they definitely had some redeeming qualities. One thing's for sure, they were almost always the best dressed on screen. Hey everyone, welcome back to Style Intellect. It has officially been 1 year since I started this channel, and I'm so grateful to the 1,300 people who've subscribed so far. I love this little community we're building here. I know I've been gone for a while, but your girl has been working full-time and pursuing a master's degree, so it's hard to stay consistent because these videos are a lot of work. But with that being said, I do have some time during the summer, so more videos will be coming your way. Let's get to 5,000, shall we? So today we're diving into the world of Black bougie Barbie type characters from the early 2000s and beyond TV shows. So I've covered the 90s divas, so it only makes sense to expand on some of the iconic characters who shaped the bougie Black girl aesthetics on our screen from the 2000s. From Monica and Toni to Dee Thorne and beyond, we're going to break down the personalities, fashion, and flair of these fabulous ladies. Let's get into these absolute divas. Now, if you've been following my channel, you already know I've covered girlfriends quite a bit. I won't spend too much time on these first two, but I would be remiss if I didn't include them in this video. And feel free to skip ahead if you've already seen them, but you could also stay and watch. Let's kick things off with the bougie queen herself, Miss Toni Childs. Now, Toni was unapologetically herself, and that's what made her such a standout on this show.
Jabari likes to take walks, Jabari likes snacks.
And most of all, he likes to be called by his real name, Jumanji. Oh yeah.
Toni came from humble beginnings on a farm, which fueled her insecurities and desire for a glamorous lifestyle. As a successful real estate agent, she was all about climbing the social ladder and showing off her success. Toni was a total diva, often self-centered and always striving to keep up appearances, even when she was going broke. Some would say she had a bit of a narcissistic streak, but that was just part of her charm. She could be vain and materialistic, but hey, at least she was honest about it. When it came to fashion, Toni was all about that new money glam. She embraced bold colors and patterns, feminine silhouettes, and high-end designers like Versace, Prada, and Dolce & Gabbana. You'd rarely catch her in anything casual. She was always chic with a hint of sexiness. Toni loved to experiment with her hairstyles and even played with different colors from time to time. Her polished yet flashy looks were the definition of bougie on a budget turned bougie for real. Next up, we have Monica Brooks, also from Girlfriends.
We're just very protective over William, but we can see that he's in very good hands.
Thank you, Maya.
She's a character that may have flew under the radar for some, but if you really watched the show, you know she brought the bougie vibes in her own not-so-subtle way. Monica grew up in a wealthy family in Chicago, Illinois, and she's known for her on and off relationship with William, who eventually becomes her husband. Even though she didn't have a job on the show, Monica always carried herself like a boss. She was all about her man's business, literally. She's quick-witted, a little sassy, and definitely didn't hold her tongue. Monica started out as a cold, calculated, hypergamous bitch, but she softens up as the show goes on. And I still stand by wanting to see more of Monica and Toni together on the screen, but Toni left the show before we could get more of that, and I'm just so hurt about it. Now, Monica was all about that stealth wealth, or what the kids call quiet luxury today. She wasn't flashy with brand names, but her style was always classic and chic. Think blazers, button-downs, pencil skirts, and tailored trousers, in mostly neutral colors. Her look was minimal, sophisticated, and polished, always on point with her signature voluminous roller set hair. She gave that timeless Ralph Lauren and Max Mara vibe. You know, the kind of woman who wouldn't say, "I'm rich," but you just know, Now let's move on to Dee Thorne from Half and Half.
I don't know how I can help, but...
You can't. I'm here to see Dee, the classy one.
Oh, this is where you guys work. It's so cute and recordy. You're gonna need me around for, I don't know, legal advice, moral support, help with those clothes. Hey, what's wrong with my clothes? Want some ice cream?
The spoiled rich girl with a heart of gold. She's not your typical bougie Black Barbie, mean girl archetype. Dee was the daughter of the fabulous Big Dee, And trust me, I will be making a video about Big Dee because she needs to be talked about. But she's the daughter of Big Dee and successful real estate mogul Charles Thorne. She was definitely a daddy's girl and often got preferential treatment, which caused some tension with her half-sister, Mona. But don't get it twisted. Dee really wanted to connect with Mona, and she had a kind heart beneath her bougie exterior. Despite being a little self-absorbed and materialistic, thanks to her mom, Dee was charming, optimistic, and genuinely sweet. As the show progressed, we saw her grow from a naive young woman to a more level-headed person, thanks to Mona's influence, if you ask me. Dee's fashion was classy and feminine, with a touch of sophistication. She loved tailored clothes, clean lines, and neutral colors, but she definitely incorporated lots of color into her outfits too. Feminine colors like pinks, purples, light greens. Think chiffon blouses, fitted dresses, and minimal jewelry. Even when she was dressed casually, she exuded elegance. Jumpsuits, matching sweatsuits, and dangly earrings. Her hair was always styled to perfection, not a hair out of place, and she favored neutral or soft glam makeup. I imagine her closet was filled with designers like Chloe, YSL, and Celine, creating that effortlessly bougie look, and maybe some Chanel and Alaya too. Now moving on to number 4, Miss Brenna Barnes from One on One.
What outfit should I wear? Should I wear this outfit that says I'm concerned about the issues but still sexy? Or should I wear this outfit that says I may be a little conservative but I'm still a rebel?
She isn't exactly bougie, but she's definitely got some diva energy worth mentioning. And she is most certainly a style icon in her own right. Brenna was a cheerleader and aspiring actress, coming from a family that was broken but pretty well off, though not as wealthy as some of the others on this list. She wasn't necessarily bougie in the same way, but she definitely had a flair for the dramatic. Brenna's style was of course more youthful, she's the youngest on this list, and trendy, wearing the latest styles of the early 2000s, very indicative of the times. Like if you didn't know what year this show was filmed, you could definitely tell by her clothes, but that's not a bad thing. She wore lots of bright colors, blues, pinks, purples, and she played around with different looks. And she definitely had a taste for the finer things when given the chance. We love a high-low queen. If I had to guess, BB, Baby Fat, and Guess were probably some of her favorite brands.
Dad, I was partying, and you know how time flies when you feeling bootylicious.
Oh, what did that child say?
Something about somebody's delicious booty. Where are my heart pills?
Now let's talk about Monet de Haan from the Gossip Girl Reboot.
What do you want?
So now we're going to move into more recent times, the 2010s and 2020s. Let's talk about Monet de Haan from the Gossip Girl Reboot. Even though she's a 2020s character, her bougie attitude fits right in with this list. Monet is the PR representative and quote-unquote friend to the influencer Queen Bee, Julian Calloway. But let's be real, she's more of a frenemy. As the richest girl in school, she's got a mean streak and an entitled attitude, but that's what makes her so fun to watch. If you ask me, she should have been the main character. She was the most interesting, but that's just my opinion. Monet is cunning, conniving, and all about maintaining appearances. She doesn't seem to have much of a role beyond being Julian's PR girl. That is, until she decides to go rogue. But is she truly a villain or just misunderstood? Her relationship with her mother tells us there's more underneath the surface. She may be rock hard on the outside, but on the inside, there's a soft young girl who just wants to be loved. Maybe I should do a video on her too, or the whole Gossip Girl series. We should definitely talk about that. But let's talk about her fashion because Monet brings it every time. Her preppy aesthetic is modernized with fresh hairstyles like passion twists and updos and some hard wig, soft life styles, but we'll let it slide. The budget was probably not that big for the show. But she's always polished, often mixing classic prep with trendy elements. You can tell she comes from money just by looking at her, and she doesn't shy away from name brand flexing. I love this quote from Eiffel Tyler on IG. Rich tweedy blazers, eye-catching bows, classic designer handbags, and this season, uber embellished headbands. I think that perfectly describes Monet de Haan's closet. Her outfits remind me so much of Hilary Banks with her two-piece suits, but with a creative twist. I could see her gravitating towards Burberry, Chanel, Versace. Honey, all of the above, because she's got the money to buy it all, honestly.
All proceeds go to charity. I mean, who doesn't love a chance to look stunning, well, while helping the world?
Now, last but certainly not least, and probably one of my favorites on this list, is Elektra Abundance from Pose, a true force of nature who brought the drama and the luxury to every scene.
Clear your throat.
Lubricate.
Read that bitch.
Your uniform of ill-fitting J.Crew culottes, fake pearls, and 50-cent crunchies cannot conceal the fact that you do not know who you are. I know our presence threatens you. We fought for our place at this table, and that has made us stronger than you will ever be. Now pick your jaw up off the floor and go back to your clam chowder and shallow conversations. My girlfriends and I aren't going anywhere.
Elektra is the legendary mother of the House of Abundance, and later the House of Wintour. She ruled her houses with an iron fist, but always maintained a sense of fierce elegance. Elektra is shrewd, bitchy, and can be petty and spiteful, but underneath all that tough love, she cares deeply for the people she calls family. She's unapologetically confident, enunciates every word with sophistication, and thinks very highly of herself. Initially, she comes across as a villain. Trust me, you do not want to be read by Elektra, okay? That is not a position you want to be in. But over time, you really grow to appreciate her layered character and her resilience. When it comes to fashion, of course, Elektra is all about the drama, honey. And her style is just as bold and sophisticated as her personality. She gravitates toward fur-lined hats with matching coats, exaggerated shoulders, statement jewelry, and luxury everything. She wears bright jewel tones, and her style is bold, eye-catching, and always gives off that I'm too good for you vibe. Because, well, in her mind, she probably is. I think of Balmain, Armani, Givenchy, and Schiaparelli, especially their accessories, as her fashion staples in my mind. So that's a wrap on our shallow dive into the bougie black Barbie-type characters that shaped TV from the 2000s till now. From Monica's quiet luxury to Elektra's dramatic flair, each of these women brought something unique to our screens. Who is your favorite bougie character on this list? And do they remind you of anyone you know? Drop a comment down below. Let's chat about it. I think my favorite is either Elektra or Monet de Haan or Dee Thorne. I can't choose. I don't know. I love them all. They're just, I love it. I just want to be in all of their closets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fashion commentary and style breakdowns like this. And keep an eye on the community page so you can vote on the next video. Stay smart and stay stylish, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
You haven't heard the last from me.